Okay. And then do I hit the button? Or do you hit the button?
Yeah, I'm going to see if I should be able to do that. That's what
Okay.
I'm attempting to do for you. Okay.
Now, will we be able to see the Facebook comments coming through it as well, or how does that work?
Not here. You have to have the Facebook window open.
Oh,
Can you do two screens?
um, good morning, everyone. It is Conversations with the Divas with Dr. Dave and Brenda. This is our first time doing this,
Good
so we're
morning.
oh so excited. So I am just going to open up another window here. And here we go. All right, let's see. I'll go to live video. Let's see if it's anywhere else. Were you able to hit the button?
No, that's what I'm looking for.
Oh,
Like, where did it go?
all right. Let me see if I can hit it. It's down here under more. All right, so live on Facebook. Oh, for Pete's sake. I gotta log in. Goodness sake. Uh,
This is fun.
it is lots of
It is
learning.
so much fun.
Oh, good stuff.
There's so many. I know that everybody knows this pain. Because they're like,
uh,
yeah, been there.
okay, that should be my, oh man, what the heck?
It's not even showing it for me.
Oh, well, this isn't, no. Okay, so I should be in, why am I in a wallet here? Huh,
Wow,
I don't know what that is. Um,
it's live now.
okay, we are, oh, it's live? Okay, so
It says
let
live
me,
now, but I don't know where.
I don't know either. Okay, so is this it here? Waiting for camera. Hmm, select a media source. Camera. Share. Start share screen. Meeting information. Nope. Screen. Share. Nope. Huh. Trying to screen share.
It's
Close. Can you see what I'm doing? Let me.
nope.
Nope. All right. Bear with us because once we know, everybody else will know too, because we'll figure this out. Okay. So got it. All right. So let me share my screen so that we can figure out what's going on. Okay. Can you see what I'm seeing?
Got it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
So
start. What's that?
the select the media sources. Up there, you should get your. Oh, you need to allow that at the top for Facebook,
Oh,
so I can use your. Yeah, and
try.
then
Oh, for Pete's sake. HD camera. I don't have an
is
HD
that the right
camera.
one for you?
I don't have, unless it's in my, whatchamacallit, my, oh, webcam. No, we're streaming, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Stream key? Do we want a stream key?
I don't believe so. What are the advanced settings underneath?
Where do you, oh, connect video source. Where do you see the that what you just said?
Above the video in the middle,
This
where the
here?
underneath. Nope, keep going down, all the way
Okay.
down,
Oh,
right there.
thank you. Backup stream.
Nope. Why?
Okay, let's try this here. Go live automatically. It's scheduled after you send Facebook your video stream.
That
Shall we save the changes there? See what happens?
sure.
Okay, go live by yourself. Well, let's just go live for this one. And then we'll figure it out for next week because we'll be back here next week doing this too.
Right. Or you might get a later copy.
You
Stay
might.
tuned.
You just might. Huh. I'm not sure. When are you going live? Now? Now would be good. Connect streaming software. Well, we don't have streaming software. Webcam. So I guess I'm going with a webcam here.
Yeah.
Start screen share. Entire screen. Window.
See,
Okay,
I can't even press watch live video online.
that's not letting me share that window. Screen sharing meeting. Okay. Ooh, I think we might have done it.
Okay.
Okay. Try. Oh, for Pete's sake, my camera's right there. It's right here. Oh,
Connect to
goodness.
this.
Start screen share. Window. This one. Share. Close. Waiting for camera. Okay, so let's go back to oh, how do I get this big again? Oops, I just missed my, oh, there I am. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so stop share on that. I don't know.
Let me see. Nope, not that one. Not that one.
Complete post details. I want to complete post details. Well, active broadcasts. Okay, then. I'm really not sure about that. So we are
I was
at 10
just
after
seeing.
10. So I guess what we'll do is we'll just have a conversation and we'll pass it along. And we'll try with the what if so oh, I guess it's just you and me here. I was gonna say for all of you watching, we're gonna be back on here at 9:30 today or 10:30. Um so what we'll
I
do when
just.
I go back on is because I haven't set up an event for the what if.
Hmm.
So maybe we can get that to go live.
Okay.
We'll try that. So, hi,
Okay.
Dr. Dave. How you doing today?
Fantastic. How are you doing? So
I'm
happy
doing
to get
good.
here. Awesome.
I'm so
It's a
excited
lot
for
of
this
fun.
new platform and what we're doing here through iAwesome and all the good stuff
Yeah,
that's coming on. So it's a bit of a learning curve. That's all
for
right.
everybody. And
It's all good.
I love that. I think that's one of the things that COVID helped everybody with is kind of relaxing all of those crazy notions that everything has to be perfect and it has to be, dead set on and, all those things, man. And this now really just has opened up everybody's expectations, not that they've lowered, but more understanding because now they're trying to do everything too. And they're like, okay, it's not as easy as you thought. So I think there's a whole lot more grace that everybody's extending, which is, yay, always a good thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's more than just, oh, pushing that button there. You think that's all it is? But oh no. Once you're live and you push that button, it's like, oh, it's a whole other world now.
Right.
Like I
It
thought this
is.
was gonna be easy. Well, that's okay. And you learn to laugh
And
at yourself too, because you
absolutely.
know, life
Yeah.
isn't that serious. You gotta
Right.
laugh and have fun, and it's not perfect, and it's just the way it needs to be, and that's okay.
Hmm.
All
And
right.
that's
Oh, go
just
ahead.
having fun with it. Just having the fun
Yeah.
with it, I think, is always important. Is that, well, that didn't work. What's next? And okay, what's next? That's always been the way that I've operated just in my life.
Yeah.
And holy cow, that's way more easy. And so for the poor folks that don't do that, then, well, that's why we have clients because they need help.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everybody's too serious and takes themselves too serious. And it's like, you know what? It's all good.
Yeah.
You got to
Right.
laugh and smile. And, you know, we are, we have this wonderful opportunity that every Monday we're going to be here. So at some point on one of these Mondays, we are going to be able to go live on Facebook. And it'll just be, hey, look at us. We just went live on Facebook and we're on
Right.
Zoom. So when that happens, it'll be exciting. Until then, it's all learning and you can
Right.
learn right along with us if you're here. So yeah, it's
Fun
awesome.
times.
Yes,
Fun
exactly.
times.
So I'm
So,
so excited
yeah.
to bring my nature's divas to everyone. And I'm so
Hey.
glad that you can be on here to have a conversation because I was doing this just myself and it's just no fun to talk to a screen all by myself. So so nice
Right.
to meet you.
Well, hey, so I know that this might have be a little late into the game, but I'm new to the game. So can you tell me just a little bit background about the cards and the divas and how you've come to chat with them and bring their messages?
Absolutely. So these are my cards here. And then each one of them has a beautiful picture of either a plant or a tree or a fruit or a seed that an essential oil comes from. So I've been using essential oils for many, many years. And I found when I started my journey with essential oils, there's an awful lot of information out there and it can get really overwhelming for somebody just
Mm,
starting. And it's like, okay, I want to use essential oils because they smell good and they do good things. And then you get it and it's like, now what do I do with this?
Mhm.
And it can be overwhelming where you get to a point where they just sit there and do nothing.
Right.
So way back in 2007, I had a friend of mine who was an aromatherapist and she was writing a book. And so she asked me, now this is before I started using essential oils. She asked me if I would help her out and write down my findings by using essential oils. So I would use one oil for a week and then I would change it and do this for a whole entire year. So I am all about being a guinea pig for any holistic stuff. It's like, sign me up because I'm there. So I had no
Mm.
expectations of essential oils at this time. I know they smelled good, but other than that, that's all I knew about it. And when I started utilizing them, I was in a totally different space. So, struggling single mom, having to, use assistance and just like in a whole different place. So I used these oils and about halfway through the year, I came to find that I could go back to school and go to college. Now, anybody that was in school back in well, I graduated in 82, is you needed grade 13 to be able to go to college or university. If you didn't have that, well, you're SOL. So I didn't think I could ever go to college and fulfill a dream that I had of being a social service worker. So I found that there was a program called Second Career, and then I could go back to school. And I'm like, but I don't have the. She's like, it doesn't matter. That's all past stuff. It makes no difference. So I'm like, okay.
Ah.
So I did everything that this program needed. And there was two colleges. So there was one in Welland, which is close to where I live, about 15 minutes away. And then there was one in Toronto. And I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to Toronto, because that meant going outside my comfort zone, way outside my comfort
Mm.
zone. And I only drove within like a 20-minute radius because of a
Okay.
lot of anxiety and fear that I had
Hmm.
from relationships that I had that had given me all these beliefs about things. So
Sure.
I'm like, I'm not going to Toronto. She's like, you know what? Just humor me. Just put it on there. And I'm like, all right, I'm not going. So come the week between Christmas and New Year's, I get two letters. One is from the Welland College saying you were on the waiting list. And the second one is from Toronto saying you have been accepted. And I'm like, oh crap. So
It got real.
it got real really quickly. And they said, you need to give us an answer within the next 5 days because your class starts January like 3rd or something. And I'm like, now, during this time, I've been using essential oils. So I considered it and I accepted. Now,
Wow.
if I hadn't used those essential oils, I could tell you that I would have I will put my life on hold until I get into the one in Welland. Talk to my daughters who I would be leaving and
Mm.
getting in the car every morning at like 5 o'clock in the morning to drive to Toronto because of all the traffic, and then come home at night. So commuting every single day, and they would need to get off to school on their own. And they're like, go for it, mom. And so I did that for 2 years and changed my life. So essential
Wow.
oils changed my life, and they are so gentle and work in the background that you don't really realize how much it's changed your emotions and your thoughts and your beliefs until you are faced with something that's like, hey, you know, let's get it done, or, think of somewhere else to be. So I, thank the essential oils and my friend for, introducing me to that. But then when I started using them, it was still really overwhelming because it's like there's so many things I can do with these. Now I
Mm.
love I love oracle cards. I have quite a big stack of them. But I thought, so what better way to be able to share my love with essential oils but to create a deck of oracle cards and have, you can use them on their own, but you can also use them with the essential oils, and it just gives a deeper meaning to what you're doing. And so either way you use them, it's a wonderful way to start the day. And I've been doing it for a long time now, and they've really, really changed my life. And they're all positive. It's different than tarot, which has the suits and everything. You can pick a card for the day and journal on it, do the exercises. Each one has either an exercise or a meditation or both. Each one of them has an affirmation, and it's just an awesome way to start the day.
Wow. Wow. So this is so you've just created out of necessity for you a better way that to be able to use them, utilize them, and then you gifted it to everyone else too.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's awesome. That's an incredible
Thank
story.
you.
Thank you for sharing that. That's
Thanks
fantastic.
for asking. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really love them. And everyone that I've shared this with, done a reading for, it's like, oh my goodness, these are bang on. And it just really spoke to them. And it's just awesome the way that whatever's chosen is what that person needs to hear. And
Mm.
it's just really cool to hear the feedback from that going, when I'm at shows and I have somebody pick a card and, their friends looking over their shoulder reading it, and they're like, oh, that's
Yeah.
you. And the person's like, shh, shh.
You're
I
right.
don't want to hear about it, but they're like, oh, that's so funny.
Oh,
So
that's
then
great.
they do it, and then it's like, oh my goodness, that's right. And they're like, oh,
Right?
whatever. So it's funny to see how bang on they really are, and just that energy of positive things, like, hey, how to shift a perspective or how to change the way you look at things. So it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Wow, it's a wonderful tool to be able to have in your arsenal of day to day. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
What's the one, what would be the one thing of advice that you would tell somebody that most of the beginners that might start using the tools do or have asked the most?
When you get a card and you read it, instead of looking outside for answers, look within, see how that speaks to you, because it will. Sometimes it takes a couple days of you reading something and then sitting with that and going, well, what does that mean for me?
Mm.
And then once you do that, it'll be just like second nature. It'll just, as you're reading it, it's like, oh, yeah, okay, I got that. So that's how I started using them. And even
Mhm.
my dream journal, I do that for, like, I'll write down my dreams and then I'm like, what does that
Mhm.
mean? Because that makes
Mhm.
absolutely no sense. But if I sit with it, and as I was practicing this, I would sit, and then some days I wouldn't get an answer, but then, I kept with it, and then it's like, boop, and it's like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, and it all makes sense. It all fits into place. It's really awesome.
Nice.
So, yeah, just listen to your heart and what that means to you, because it will speak to you in a way that is for you. And this card can be for any number of people, and it will resonate with them all different.
Okay. Great. So how does one begin a reading? What are the first steps? Like what do you need to do first and that kind of thing?
Well, if you get a deck of cards, I always suggest, opening them up and sitting with them between your hands and, close to your heart, and just breathing in the energy and just taking some nice deep breaths and connecting in and giving thanks and gratitude for the cards and for the messages that they are going to give. And then looking at each one of them individually and just noticing all the different, each one is like so beautiful. And this comes from nature. Like, this was created in nature. Each one of these things is a perfect expression of beauty
Mhm.
from the universe. And it is there to help us in some way. And then, shuffle the cards. I wait for cards to pop out as they
Mhm.
they they
Mhm.
do on a regular basis, and then I will lay the cards down from there and then read the book and go from there. So
Got it. Okay.
mhm.
That seems pretty simple and easy that anybody can do.
It
Is
is,
that what I'm
yeah, it
supposed to
takes,
hear?
well,
Yeah.
you could take like, I'd say 5 minutes at the maximum that this would take in the morning, probably shorter than that. So
Hmm.
it's a short period of time that just helps you show up in the world as your best self.
Hmm. Oh, that's great. Awesome. So, do we get a taste of what that's like?
We do. So exciting. So I was shuffling earlier and I had some cards come out. So I'm just going to do a one card today because we've got What If right after this. So I'm so excited to share that as well. But LMI was our card for today. So when I'm doing the readings, I read the first, so this is how they're set out. And the first paragraph here is actually the message from the diva. So this is from the plant's perspective on how it can help you. So when I created these cards, and um, all this was divinely inspired. So I just sat with the oil and breathed it in and wrote. So all this comes from a higher than me.
Wow.
So I just read the first part and then give my what comes to me and what my intuition is saying for today and what the message is. So that's what we'll do here.
Okay,
So
great.
LMI, are you feeling drained emotionally? Stressed? Come, sit, and I will rejuvenate you. I am LMI, and I work in both the spiritual and earthly realms. This means I can help calm, balance, and ground your whole being. Meditation is something I love to be a part of. Invite me to your meditations, and I can assist with aligning chakras as well as reducing stress to promote a more meditative state. So this is how LMI can help. And with everything going on in the world, there is so much stress and so much anxiety and negativity that we always have our free will to choose to step back, step out of the nonsense, step out of that tar pit of negativity and do something different. And using the cards or the oils or just sitting quietly and being. So, as we were saying this morning, just getting into that space where we can hear the messages and connect with source is so important because we're all light beings. We are all
Hmm.
souls here. And so we have that direct connection to the divine. But it's just like any parent with the child. If the child's running around all crazy and yelling and screaming and freaking out and doing all that, how are they going to hear the parent when the parent's like, hey, I got something to say to you? You need to have that child sit down, stop freaking out, stop talking, and listen. It's the
Hmm.
same with us. The divine, the universe, God, whatever that word is that is used to define that higher power of what you believe, is waiting to talk to each and every one of us. And sometimes it's like, oh my goodness, if they could just sit down, just sit
Right.
quietly, just for a few minutes. It doesn't have to be long, just a few minutes. I can share so much with what the plans are for each and every one of us, because we all have
Mhm.
these wonderful plans that, if we follow what our soul's purpose is, are just amazing. But we're running around thinking, oh my goodness, and reacting to everything rather than sitting quietly for a few moments and going, hey, do you have any message for me today? Then all the angels would be singing. It's like, yay, they're listening. Woo!
Right. Right.
So it's really
Absolutely.
that simple to lessen that stress and the anxiety is to go within
Mm,
and connect to
mm.
source.
How powerful. I mean, something that seems so simple and easy, yet it's the one thing that a lot of us forget to do the most when, especially in that chaos mode.
Yeah.
How powerful.
And being
Awesome.
busy. They're not
Mm.
doing anything important. You're just being busy.
Right.
Because you
Right.
have these goals, and I say this a lot in my book, which we're going to be discussing in the next talk. But it's like, okay, I've got these goals, but there's one on there. There's that one. It's like, don't want to do it, don't want to do it. So they decide that, oh, my closets need cleaning today. Oh, I have not cleaned out that fridge for eons. I'm going to do that instead. So they go around being busy
Mm.
instead of doing that one thing that's on the list. And once it's done, and they can move
Mm.
on. But they do everything else, and that thing is still sitting on there, and it's getting brighter and brighter and
Right.
brighter until it gets so overwhelming. It's like, I can't do it. So
Mm.
taking that time to step back and breathe
Mm.
and know that we create our own fear. And I find now that I have stepped forward and stretched that comfort zone that there isn't any fear there. It's just something that my ego has decided that's there because we want to stay status quo. Don't want to do anything different. We don't want to transform and be the best we can be. We want to stay back here, which no, we don't.
Mm.
We are here to transform. We are here to always be our best selves. And that means changing. That means moving forward. That means doing new things. And you can't do that if
Mm.
you are constantly in fear, because there's only fear and love. And you either work from one or the other. Can't work for both at the
Mm.
same time.
Mm. That's beautiful. Ah,
Thank you.
that is awesome. I love that. It's straightforward, but it's simple, yet so incredibly powerful of how, you know, we can remove a lot of that static that's in our lives so that we can get to the core issue and be that more authentic self. So that's fantastic. That was beautifully worded. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And we find like we have this belief that changing is hard. Our ego made that belief. We didn't. It's easy. Once you decide to do something, you put your mind on it and you go do it. That's it. It's as
Mhm.
simple as that. Life is simple. Once you get that ego out of the way and go, you know what? I'm taking back the keys of the bus. You do not drive anymore. I do the driving. And if you don't like it, I'll let you off here.
Mhm.
You can walk
Mhm.
because I don't want to listen to you anymore. So, if you have a belief or if you start to create that belief that life is easy, life will be easy.
Mhm.
And it's that
Self,
simple.
yeah, it is. It can be for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of those things that people forget that they have the power to make it that way. So
We
that's
have
awesome.
infinite potential and infinite power to do all the things we've dreamed of. If we're able to dream it, we can do it. We are given
Absolutely.
the tools to be able to, but we need to move forward and live from a place of love, knowing that we are taken care of.
Mhm. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. That's fantastic.
So
So
I
is
will,
that go ahead.
what I'll do is I'll read the affirmation for
Okay.
LMI because it's always nice to have an affirmation to go away
Hmm.
for the week, and you just keep that in your thoughts and by saying this, a couple times a day, or putting an alarm on your phone and having this affirmation in there, and see how it goes for the week, see what's different,
Mm,
notice what happens, and what synchronicities start to happen. So the affirmation for LMI is, I am so worth it. Because each one of us are worth just dreaming everything that we can be and knowing that we can achieve it.
mm. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. Instantly, just hearing it just brought a smile to my face. That I was like, oh, that feels so good.
It's almost like this weight
That's
is
awesome.
lifted off your shoulder too, like
Yeah.
those anchors have just been released, and it's like, because sometimes you just need that reminder that you are worth it. Everybody
Mm,
is.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That remembrance of it and
Mm-hmm.
somebody to even just like, because I think that what I noticed is that you saying that just gave permission for me to hear that. And I
Absolutely.
think that's important for a lot of folks, I think. Um,
It
it was for
is.
me. That's what I noticed in that moment. And I'm like, ah. I'm like, listen to her, she's right.
And that's what sometimes you need, is just that reminder that, hey, you're doing a good job.
Mm,
Awesome. No matter where you are, it's like you need to be right where you are, and you're worthy, and you're awesome, and you're doing a great job.
mm,
Just keep going one step in front of the other, and you're going to do it.
mm. Yeah, and I think that it's a I love that what that kind of just showed me is that if someone is using the cards and what they're reading for themselves in that moment, that private time for themselves, they can actually sit there and it's a safe place that they can hear that and accept it because it's their time with the divine, that sacred time. So that was beautiful.
Oh, thank you. And using the oils on top of that, if they have the oils, or, is just so, so powerful.
Mm, wow. I can't wait to get to the rest of them.
I know, it's so exciting.
Oh,
So each
beautiful.
Monday, we are going to be here every single Monday, whether that is on Facebook Live or it gets sent to Facebook afterwards. We're going to figure it out. We will get some
Hmm.
tech people that can say, hey, you just press this button over here.
And there's definitely an
Maybe,
oil
maybe
for
not. I
that.
don't know. But we are also going to be having two. So we are going to be connecting for an hour. So we're going to close out this session, and then we are going to be coming right back in with possibilities. Love possibilities.
It's like a
So
power hour of positivity.
you betcha. So this is my book, What If? And
Beautiful.
the second edition is going to be coming out very, very soon. So I'm very excited. So Dr. Dave and I are going to be talking about all the positive possibilities that are possible. So exciting.
Awesome.
Mhm.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing today. And it's been a beautiful and just so uplifting amount of time that we got to spend together. So I'm hoping that's what everyone else gets to feel, that intensity of just all inclusive love and positivity when they get to watch this later on. Okay.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for joining me. And I'm so glad we are
Mhm.
doing this together. It is going to be so much fun. So
Nah,
thank you,
okay.
everybody. And yeah, if you have questions or comments, feel free to put them in the Facebook group, and I'll be happy to answer them as I see them.
One really important thing that we might want to mention,
What's that?
where does one find these cards so they can do it themselves?
Ooh, that is a very good question. And they are at naturesdevas.com. So I will put that in the message thread as well, so that you have that, because Devas is spelled Deva. So for anybody that's interested. So thank you for asking
Awesome.
that. So yes. Well, we will talk to you soon, and we'll be right back on another Zoom link to do some what ifs.
Nice. All
All
right.
right.
Bye bye.
Bye.
See you in a sec.